Okay, so welcome to the first real video. I gave a little math lesson earlier during open house tonight, and so I'm going to actually redo it for those of you who weren't able to come. So, on Monday, the kiddos will be bringing home their first homework assignment. And what it's going to be is to memorize their 10 frames. And here's what that looks like. So, this thing right here is a 10 frame. Why is it a 10 frame? It has 10 frames. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a 10 frame. It always has 5 on top, always has 5 on bottom. Why is this guy important? I'm going to show you. So, this being a 10 frame here, slide this over. If you can see, it always has 10. And what we want to do is we want kids to look at it, and as soon as they look at it, they know, oh, that's 8, and 2 more to make 10. And so, if I were to do it like that, they would see it and immediately know, oh, that's 7. I need 3 more to make 10. Or if I put, 9 in there, they would know there's 9 and they need 1 more to make 10. And you might be wondering, why do they need to know that? I'm going to show you. So oftentimes, you guys probably see on Facebook, Common Core math, it's the devil, we hate it. What are these crazy people teaching Common Core math? It's really not that bad. I'm going to show you why it's awesome. So right now, I'm going to give you a general overview of what the kids will be doing this school year so that you understand where we're going. So, step 1. When we were little, we learned to do math like this. Right? And we would add like this, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we get something like that. And we don't really teach that anymore. We call this the traditional algorithm, and we don't really teach it. So here's what we teach instead. If a kid is doing a problem like this, yes, of course, they can know 8 plus 7 is 15 like that. And yes, at some point, we do want them to memorize 8 plus 7 is 15. But here's what's also really awesome. If they know this by heart, they know 8, 2 more to make 10, here's what they're going to be able to do. They know that out of that 7, they need 2 more to make 10. And if they were to take 2 away from 7, they'd be left with 5. But what they know is that 8 and 2 get together and become 10. And 10 plus 5 is much easier to do than 8 plus 7. Because 10s are always the easiest thing. Of course, 10 plus 10, 10 plus 20, those are easy to work with. And so this is why this process here is so important for them to know and just visualize, oh, 6, I need 4 more, that gives me 10. Because they're going to be using this in order to make everything into a 10. So now you might be saying, well, that's great, but why? Why can't they just do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? They can. We do teach the counting on strategy, but here's where it gets super cool. So in the spring, it's coming, not yet, but it's coming. When we think about doing problems like this, we're used to lining them up, right? And we didn't really know why. We just did it because that's what they told us to do. But here's what the kiddos are going to start to learn. They're going to know that 12 is actually 1 10 and 2 1s. Let me draw this bigger because you can't really see it on the. 12 is 1 10 and 2 1s. Well, if you know that, you can add 10 to 23 super fast because they'll learn 23, 33. So I know that 23 plus 10 is 33, and 2 more gives me 35. And that's a lot easier for kids to understand and work with and do in their head than it is to go 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. If they can go 23 and 12, 12 is a 10 and a 2, well, 23 plus 10 is 33, plus 2 more is 35. That's way easier than adding it all up. And even more, the kids will know why they're doing what they're doing. So, let me explain even a little more. In the same problem, 23 plus 12, they also have the option of doing it like this. We know that 23 is really 20 and 3, and 12 is really 10 and 2. And we draw it like this. These represent the 10s, and these represent the 1s. Well, how cool is this? They can easily see 10, 20, 30, and 3 and 2 is 5, so they can easily see 35 that fast. So this is why you hear make a 10. Everything has to do with a 10, because it's just easier. And so let me show you one last thing. Now, let me remind you, this isn't what we're doing right now in math. This is where they're headed in math. But this is why this 10 frame that I talked about right here, and why it's going to go home as homework for them to memorize. They literally need to see it, say it, and just know it, because it's going to make the rest of math so much easier. Let me backtrack too. We call this a number bond. What's a number bond? It's simple. A number bond is like this. 23 is 20 and 3. 23 could also be 13 and 10. A number bond is just how do we break apart a number. That's it. So let me show you something else real fast here. $37 plus 29. Let me ask you a question. Do you know why we carry the 1? Because I had no idea until I started teaching first grade math. I just know we'd see a problem like this. And what do? We would say 9 plus 7 is 16. So we'd put the 6 here, the 1 here, and then we would say 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how we learned it as a kid. I get it. I understand. This is easy because that's what we know. But we're not teaching it that way anymore. And here's why. Do you know, some of you might, but in my experience, a lot of people don't. Do you know why we put the 1 up there? Because I thought I put the 1 up there to make the number 16, 1 and 6. But that's not why. So check this out. Oh, we have space over here. So if I have 37 and 29, let me erase this here real fast. Oh, 1 second. Timer's going off. So that's my daughter's bedtime timer. But here I am, still at school, and she's sleeping right behind me. We had an open house tonight, and so she's exhausted and she's sleeping. So while she's sleeping, I thought I'd make you a video. So we have 37 and 29. Okay, so why would we do it like this? Well, let's draw it out. We have 37, and let's do 29. Now, here's the thing. Here's my 30, 10, 20, 30. Here's my 7. You notice I drew it like a 10 frame. Let me make these bigger so you can see them. I drew it just like a 10 frame. 5 on top, 2 on bottom. If I've learned my 10 frames, I know 37 needs 3 more to make a 10. So check this out. Instead of putting my 9s here, I might go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if you noticed it, but guess what I have right here? You got it. A new 10. I filled up my 10 frame, which means I have another 10. So now I know I'm first grade. I'm 6 years old. I can go like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Cool. I have 6 10s. And then I see 6 1s. 60 plus 6 is 66. Here's what happens to kiddos. They get this so well that in the spring, they'll see 37 plus 29. They will literally go like this. 37 has 3 10s. 29 has 2 10s. That's 50. But I know if I need 1 more on 29 to make another 10, I can do that. So I could go take one away from this. So like what I could do is take one away from here and make it this. Move the 6 here because I know from my 10 frame that 29 needs one more to get another 10. This is another way that they'll do in their head. And so now they have 3 10s and 3 10s, which is 60, and another 6 1s. They'll be able to do this in their head that fast. They might do it the other way. They might say, oh, 37 is 3 10s, 29 is 2 10s, that's 50. 7 and 9 is 16, and I know 16 is 1 10. So now I have 6 10s and 6 1s. Now I have 66. So this, I know it seems crazy. I know it does. I know. Because we're not used to this. This is crazy talk. But I promise you, if you just bear with us, they will get it. It will make tons of sense. And you're going to see your kids doing math in their mind and actually understanding what they're doing. So this is the first math video. I went through it really fast just because I want you to see where we're headed. There will be more videos coming, I promise. But your homework assignment for next week is going to be to memorize the 10 frames. And then I'll be populating new videos as we learn new stuff so that you guys know where we're headed. And if you want to, since I'm doing a new YouTube thingamajig, subscribe to my videos, I think. Maybe that's how you get the new updates or something. I'm not sure. But look for a link in Class Dojo, and I will see everybody in the morning. Have a great night.